Dave and Linda, Gordon, and I left on January 6th for our 44th wedding anniversary aboard the beautiful Discovery Princess, which was maiden voyage in 2022. On Cyber Monday, we got upgraded to mini suite rooms with balconies. What a pleasure that was. Full-on bathtubs even.
After dinner that night, we ran into Captain Stanley Bear, one of our favorite bears on the ship. Later that evening, we had a critical ill passenger that had to be airlifted off the ship by the Coast Guard. They allowed me to be on deck 17 where this was taking place. It was real exciting for me to watch my Coast Guard guys handle this evacuation. The next morning we ran into the captain and I told him it was our 44th anniversary and that in 1980 we did our honeymoon on the Love Boat, the Pacific Princess. He was very impressed. We spent the rest of the day exploring the ship. Then that evening went home to get dressed for formal night.
First formal night was the night that we celebrated our anniversary at dinner, and it's always fun to just get all decked out and dressed to impress.
We had a wonderful steak and lobster dinner.
Thank you, Jesus. Oh Lord, how sweet it is to be loved by you. Ooh, how sweet it is to be loved.
After dinner, they sang happy anniversary to us and delivered this most wonderful ice cream frozen type cake. Everybody had a blast with it because I could hardly cut it. It took a great big knife to cut it. All of our friends that were eating around us were just having a blast watching me cut that cake open.
We continued our evening down in the gorgeous Piazza area. A really beautiful artwork there. The stained glass and the sculpturing was incredibly pretty. And there was entertainment, dancing. Also, we had some acrobatics that were incredibly talented. All in all, it was just a very fun time.
I always loved dancing with my gorgeous wife.
Upon retiring to our room, we found a beautiful bouquet of flowers and champagne, some really cute towel art the captain had delivered. We don't drink, but it was still absolutely amazing to have that kind of thoughtfulness from him. It made the night exceedingly special.
The next day was beautiful and warm, and I ran into a new best friend. He's the head cook on the ship, and he did all kinds of special stuff for me for gluten-free. Then it was time to come to Mazatlan. We're approaching it right now. Diane and David and I had decided that we're going to stay on the ship and that we were going to have a fun day together going to the spa.
Since we'd all been to Cabo San Lucas several times, we declared that day Spa Day and booked ourselves a day at the Enclave. This is by far the most luxurious spa I have seen on any ship. It's absolutely amazing. Lots of room for everybody in both the pool and the beds. There was 3 different saunas. One smelled like lemongrass, one was like evergreen, and it was absolutely an amazing experience.
We even got Dave to go.
After dinner, we attended the theater production of Michael Bublé, and the stage features and the production quality was simply unparalleled. I have not ever seen something quite as amazing this side of Vegas.
Later on that evening, we went out looking for trouble, trying to find a place to dance and just be entertained.
Found a nice venue that evening for some 60s, 70s, and 80s dancing. What was really fun is while we were dancing, our medallions were kissing. It's pretty amusing, but they're actually magnetic devices, and as we tangoed, they had their own dance, and we were laughing.
The next morning, the bears found some cruising ducks and really liked them. Our flowers opened up beautiful, and I had a cup of coffee just before we landed in Mazatlan. Morning coffee is always important to me. We had a fun time exploring Mazatlan.
I got sunshine on a cloudy day with my gun.
When we go home, the TV is always welcoming us home. That evening, we had a Whitney Houston impersonator. The next day, we arrived at Puerto Vallarta. Some pictures to show you how monstrous this ship was. If you stood it up on the end to the top, it's bigger than the Empire State Building. You can see another cruise ship here next to ours, and ours just dwarfs it. That night we had another great musical, and then we went to the comedy show. Mid-afternoon break was spent at the dessert bar. Later on that day, we walked off all the calories before getting ready for dress-up night. Tonight we started out with a captain's party for the elite members. When you travel a lot on Princess, they make you elite members and do all kinds of nice things for you. The next day we had another medical emergency, and watching these Coast Guard pilots in this heavy seas and wind do their job is quite amazing. I was so freezing cold by the time they were finished, I went up to the room and got covered up even with my clothes on. We had another beautiful sunrise the next morning. We enjoyed some hors d'oeuvres before dinner, then had a wonderful closing show for us. The next morning, we awoke at 5 a.m. to a beautiful sunrise at Port Sacal, Los Angeles. God bless you.